Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. Today I'm recording this on February 26th, and you may have noticed a difference in sound quality. That's because I have a brand new microphone, much better than the old cell phone hands-free mic that I was using. So I hope you notice a difference in sound quality and appreciate it. I certainly am really enjoying having this new setup here. Anyway, I'm starting a new batch of episodes today, and when we left off last time, we were focusing on getting the user entered dollars class finished up, and I think that's pretty much done now. What we need to do in this episode, I think, is just a fair amount of cleanup. And the first thing I think I want to do is something that Esko Luantula caught. Let's see if I can get that to show up here. Yeah, he pointed out a defect where if we entered a too big of a value in the UI, it will throw an exception. And I want to demonstrate this. I haven't actually tried this yet, but I believe him because as I was looking at the older videos, or specifically the episode 167 video, I did notice that when we refactored, or when I refactored, I made a fairly significant mistake. So let's go ahead and see that. If we type in, just keep adding zeros to this, we should see an exception show up here. And there it is. Yeah. And that, of course, causes all kinds of problems. So the problem here, what happened is that when we refactored in the last episode, we did some automated refactorings and we broke one of our tests, and I should have caught it at the time, but I didn't. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. It's invalid dollars, and we had it set up so that you could do dollars.create or valid dollars.create, and we turned that into a private and did some automated refactorings around that. But the result is that now inside of, I think it's the text field here, we just say new user entered dollars. Well, that's okay. So what exactly is happening here? And then inside of new user entered dollars, we say parse, and here we say new valid dollars. Yeah, and that unfortunately has the possibility to throw an exception. So user entered dollars should never throw an exception. It should just be invalid. So that raises the question, what do we want to have happen there? Do we need it to become invalid when the value is too large? So there's a couple of things going on here. First, the fact that this is a regression, it did used to work. I had tests specifically around this issue and broke them. So there's that. And then there's the question of just how do we want to fix it? Now, generally, when I find a defect that's escaped my normal process, I follow several simultaneous processes. First, I find the bug, which I think we've done here. Then I write a test to duplicate the bug. Then I fix the bug. Then I look at the design and say, why is it possible that this bug could have entered the system in the first place? And I try to fix the design. And then I say, okay, what did I do wrong in my thought process? In my approach to doing the work, what did I do wrong that allowed this mistaken thinking to happen in the first place? So it's a very in-depth approach to solving bugs. And if you take that kind of approach in your own work, I think you'll find that the number of defects you have is very low, at least on greenfield systems. If you have an existing system, then all bets are off because you've got to deal with all the non-tested stuff that comes before you. But for stuff that's been done with test-driven development and that approach to defects from the very beginning, you should be able to get a really low defect rate. At any rate, so I think I'm going to start. I know why this happened. This happened because I was doing automated refactorings and I just didn't think of it. So there's that. Let's just go ahead and start out by fixing the defect. So we're going to need user entered dollars test. And what we need to say is illegals. I want to add a test case for an out of range amount. Now, the out of range amount is this. Okay, so that's easy. Ignore that. That's some sort of library Eclipse problem that I've never figured out. So say that our out of range amount is valid dollars.max value plus 1. We'll call that too large. And the too small value would be valid dollars.min value. And I think we just want to assert that the too large value is invalid. And the too small value is invalid. And in fact, I think we can just clean this up a bit. Oh, and that will have to be toString. Okay, that should fail with the too large not being invalid. Yeah, didn't even get to that. We had a require exception failure, which is good. That means we're failing fast. So now we need to fix this. Now the problem is the design mistake that we made is that we turned this into a private method, and we really need to use that private method here. So I think what I'm tempted to do is to promote this to the dollars class. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Well, if we do that, that means we have to pull up the enRange method. And we'll have to make this protected. And if we do that, that changes these guys here. I'm not sure what to do about that. Okay, and now what's going on? Let's go ahead and make this protected for now as well. Okay, that's still failing, but now that we've made that change, we should be able to say $.create. There, and now that works. And that works for both values that are too large and too small. That felt like a bit of a hack, though. I'm really not thrilled with the way that turned out. But I'm not sure if there's a better way of doing it, to be honest. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this as is for now. You could argue that the question of what's the valid range for dollars is more than just a valid dollars question, that in fact it is a question that affects all dollars classes. So let's go ahead and put this up here like this. And that should cause all kinds of things to break. I'm not seeing any compiler failures though. I guess that was the only place that was referencing. No, wait a second. Yeah, works. I guess that value is inherited somehow. I'm not sure how that works. Let's go ahead and rebuild. Okay. So I want to fix those up though. So let's find all references. I haven't done this for a while. Where is it? Oh, and this actually we can just leave like that. That should still pass. And now let's find our references again. There should be none this time. Oh, well. Right. Okay, that's good. And now let's do the same for this. Okay, looks like we're good. Okay, so we've got that fixed. And we've done that. And we've done that. And these I think we can make just package level. That way the test can access them, but we're not exposing them outside of the package, so it'll be less tempting for other classes to use them. And there's been a warning here for a while. What's going on with that? Oh, this isn't used, right? Well, I think it will be used soon, so let's come back to that. And I've been talking about deleting this class forever. Let's go ahead and finally delete it. All right, so that fixes the problem, but it doesn't really address the underlying issue of how this could happen in the first place. So that's what we'll look at next episode. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I will catch you next time.